Yeah, this is a podcast of Nathan, Nat and Shaun.
Let's go!
Good morning to everybody except the guy on the Jetstar flight from Melbourne to Bali. So this flight, it was due to leave at 3 o'clock yesterday afternoon.
Oh, how excited would you be, Nat?
Already delayed. So they're on the plane, sitting on the tarmac waiting. Then one guy decides to light up a cigarette. And so then...
Was he anxious, or was he just needed a dart and a tin just to get himself in the groove?
So then everybody had to wait while the federal police were called to take him off the plane, and then his bags had to be offloaded. So that takes a while. And then finally the flight arrives in Bali at nearly 1 o'clock in the morning, 12:51 apparently. And taking time difference into account is an 11-hour experience for everybody on board. So it was already bad enough with a bit of a delay, but he's just made it so much worse because he had to light a dart while they were waiting on the tarmac.
He was lucky he was surrounded by the federal police. If I was on there, I'd be all over him. He ruined my holiday.
Yeah, that's right.
I would tear the plane apart.
I know. Can you imagine? As if it's not frustrating enough without a dickhead being on board. But I guess from his point of view, he's like, I don't know these people. I don't care.
No, absolutely. And we were just having a chat a bit off air about this. Harry's pressing the buttons this morning. Harry.
Morning.
It's a bit different, though, if you know people or if you're on a tour by yourself.
That's right. My housemate was on a Kentucky tour last year. He went travelling solo, and I think it was the first night of the Kentucky. I think they're in London, maybe.
Yeah, and it's about, what is there, about 30 people on the Kentucky?
Yeah, I think so, a busload or something. And he's chatting to one of the girls on the trip, and he's already got a vibe or a sense of a couple of the other people, like a bit of a cliquey group.
Yeah.
And he wasn't into them. So he's speaking to this other girl, and he's teeing off at them.
And he just figured he'd get them on side.
Yeah, I think so, making some friends early.
Yeah.
The person he was speaking to was one of their good friends. So she has made it her mission to make his Kentucky trip hell the whole 2 weeks.
So for the next 2 weeks, and nobody spoke to him. He's just on the outer the whole way.
I think so. They made his life hell. I think they were, he's not a massive party animal, but they're all out partying. And
so they didn't invite him anywhere if they were kicking on?
What they did do, I think, was go to his hotel room and knock on his door to try and wake him up and get him to... they were just trying to piss him off, basically.
Yeah. I mean,
so
be careful.
He got
bullied by the rest of the
bullied by an entire Kentucky tour group. And I mean, that's his big European trip, right? He would have been really excited to do it and go and meet new people, and he's blown it on the first night.
Oh, coming home, we're like, how was it? Oh... Yeah, give or take,
God, it's supposed to be the best time of your life.
Take it or leave it.
I've done footy group trips, but they've always been good fun because they're with people that I know.
Yes,
I've never been in that situation where you've joined a group trip like it's Kentucky or Nat. You've done them.
Yeah,
and you don't know
I do
the people.
small group tours all the time because it's a good way if you're travelling on your own. It's a good way to do it safely, you know. And when you don't have a lot of time, you can use it. But I've never had that sort of experience because I'm really likeable.
Oh, okay.
So, he is likeable. He showed us through a few photos. Oh, I hate him. I hated her. I hated her.
Well, and it was mutual by the sounds of it.
Yeah, I think so.
Oh, brilliant work.
This is Nathan, Nat and Shaun.
We just heard from Harry, who presses the buttons for us. His mate went on a Kentucky tour and got the entire rest of the tour offside on the first night by bagging out a couple of girls that, were annoying him to one of their best friends. And then that's it. He got bullied for the rest of the 2 weeks and had a terrible time.
You're supposed to have a great time on a group tour because that's where you get to meet people, but it doesn't always work out well.
No, that's right. So we want to know what happened on your group tour. Amy, hello.
Hi there, how are you?
Great, Ames. Where did you go?
So I went over to visit my friend in London, and we went on a tour to Oktoberfest a few years ago.
Amazing.
Unbelievable.
And it was going to be great. And then we decided to save some money and catch the bus to Oktoberfest from London.
Yes.
So it was supposed to be an 8-hour bus ride. We left London at about 8 p.m. and should have got in the next morning, and we ended up being on the bus for 36 hours.
How come?
Well, at about the time we were supposed to arrive in Munich, we realised we seemed to be driving in circles.
Yeah.
And then we stopped at a petrol station. Bus driver got done for drugs in his system by police. And because we've been driving in circles for so long, our other driver had done his allotted hours for the 24-hour period.
Yes.
So we had to wait for another bus driver to drive from Belgium to find us in the wrong end of Germany. We were drinking the whole time we're at the petrol station.
Of course.
They do that over
What
in
else are you
Germany.
gonna do?
Drank them out of alcohol. We were there for about 7 hours. So by the time we got back on the bus, everyone was throwing up. I was sat next to the toilets that started overflowing because we'd used them so much.
Amy.
It was disgusting.
I love how you had your own mini Oktoberfest at a servo, essentially.
I can't believe
we
the
did.
bus driver.
Yeah.
So was that the giveaway that he was just doing bog laps, just doing circles?
To the fact that he was off
We
his
just
chops.
thought that he was lost. Like, he stopped a couple of times and looked stressed
God.
and was pacing up and down the side of the bus. I'm like, this is weird. He should know how to drive along a straight line to where we're going.
I mean, and surely with sat nav.
Maybe there's a lot of Amazon factories. I don't know. But we passed a lot of them. We're pretty sure.
Yeah. Oh, just the same one over and over again.
That's a good
Amazing.
story, Ames.
Thanks, Ames. Alex is in Mount Pleasant. Hello.
Hi guys, how are you?
Good,
Great,
Alex.
Okay. Where did you go?
So my husband and I were on our honeymoon in Africa, doing a really luxurious safari.
Amazing. I've always wanted to do that.
It was so worth it, and we had in our open top van there were 6 couples three others that we didn't know, including us. There was 2 others.
Yep.
Yes.
And we're driving around, and we stop, and we managed to come across this lion hunt. So live, sitting there, open top.
Oh.
You know, the lions, you can see them getting in position and watching it.
Yeah.
And we're sitting there, you know, it's quite a thing. Everyone's got to be silent. And the guy in the back decides he needed to wee. Even the guide and the tracker were like, are you serious, mate? Like, are you serious? Just hold it.
Yes.
And we waited for a bit, and he's like, guys, I can't hold it. Like, everyone was so angry. We had to drive away so he could obviously get out and go and do a bushway.
So you're about to watch what everybody goes to Africa for, which is to watch lions do an actual kill.
Yes. Even
And-
the tracker was furious because
they
even
wouldn't
they
see
don't
it.
get to see that as a regular thing.
Couldn't you?
And he was a grown man that couldn't monitor his bladder.
in. I mean, we've all been.
Like, I would wet my pants.
Yes.
Yes, exactly.
Yes, Alex.
That's what you're all there for. And then,
Yeah.
so I take it you missed all the action, yeah?
Well, yes, by the time because you have to drive far enough away to be able to get out the car safely and
That's right.
go and
Yeah,
get
But
back
he's not
in.
going to be attacked by a lion.
The
Although there
lion's
would have been a few
Yeah,
people
exactly.
voting for it, I imagine. Oh.
Very much so. By the time we got back, it had happened, and they had
The lions were just
they'd
licking their
taken
lips.
away the carcass. So you
Oh,
could still
God.
see a bit, but you just didn't see that ultimate thing that
Yeah. You were
Alex,
almost
that's
like
a-
being in a David Attenborough film and then it was ripped
Yeah.
away. Went to an ad break and he never got to see it.
We did a tour over in over in Africa, and we got to see a couple of giraffe getting around
Yeah.
and maybe a rhino here and there. But you don't actually get to see that often at
Lions
all.
doing lion things.
No.
That's amazing.
No, so I would have peed in a bottle or
Yes.
anywhere really.
Yeah. Alex, you
pants.
got so close. So close and so far.
The Nathan, Nat and Shaun podcast.
We are talking about the small group tour and what can happen.
Yeah, absolutely. Looking forward to speaking to Paul, which could be his name or may
It
not
might
be.
not
Nat.
be. It might be a fake name or it might be his real name. You'll never know. Hello, Paul.
Good morning. How are we?
Wonderful, Paul.
You've got a bit of insight to the group tour experience, haven't you?
I do. I actually used to be the driver.
Oh,
of the tour.
you've seen some stuff, haven't you?
And as I say, used to be. We used to do a couple of month tour up the east coast of Australia. So we
Yeah.
get tourists that come overseas. And, found out by the end of the trip I actually got 4 of the girls pregnant.
What?
Hang on, on the one trip.
On the one trip, yep. So,
Oh my God, Paul!
Sean's
You've got some good
high-fiving you as we
swimmers.
speak.
You're one stallion.
It's a lot of child support all in one hit, though, Paul.
Well, it is. Well, conversion rate and currency rate, because they're all overseas, you see, so it gets expensive sometimes. But, I still keep in contact with them all, and I've got 4 7-year-olds around the world and one in Perth.
Paul, are you serious? Are you serious?
Yes, 100% serious. I'll probably get recognised by my voice, but that's why I live in Perth now instead of over east.
What countries are your kids in?
2 in America, 1 in Germany, and 1 Swedish. So,
Paul,
yeah.
7-year-olds.
How long
4
was-
7-year-olds.
How long was the trip?
Yeah.
The bus trip?
The trip used to take 4 weeks. We used to go from Sydney to Cairns. So, yeah, it was. I had a long time with them all.
Paul, hey, Paul, how obviously you'd made friends with some of these people during the trip.
Friends.
But when you went from friend to friend,
how was that
were
received?
they aware of each other?
Amongst the girls, yeah.
Well, that's the whole thing of group 2 is you do everything together. So,
Do you know what order they were conceived in, Paul?
I've got towns, I think, where it happened, but I was a little rabbit back then. So
well, no, you don't have to tell us that, Paul. That's pretty obvious.
Paul, have you got a partner or anything now?
Yes, yep.
How does that go with 4 kids scattered around the world?
She doesn't know about the 4 kids around the world, so I probably should have asked for a voice changer. But yeah, no, she's all good.
Have you got kids now?
Yeah, I got one in Perthy. Yeah, little boy.
Congratulations. You're in all sorts, mate. You're in all sorts.
All right, good luck for the future, Paul.
No dramas, thank you very much.
That is unreal. We're going to need to do another topic of that because remember Tom Brady? I think he's got 2 kids that are the same age as well.
Yes,
from 2 different
very
Giselle
similar
and
in
his
age.
previous partner.
Yeah.
Man, that is hectic, Nat.
4 7-year-olds around
Christmas,
the world.
birthdays, new partners.
That don't know about him. In what way is it hectic?
Jeez.
You see, all of a sudden you don't feel so bad,
There's a price to pay for a good time, isn't there? They always say it. And
Yes.
normally it's a hangover, but in this
Pay
case...
for a lifetime.
Nathan, Nat, and Shaun.
Esteemed guest about to join us now, Bill Bailey. He's coming to Perth. He's playing the Riverside Theatre at the PCEC. Get this, October 3rd, 4th, 5th and 23rd.
Oh.
And then the Performing Arts Centre in Mandurah on Thursday the 6th and October the 20th. So
he's going to be here for a long time.
Here.
We actually got Bill now. Bill,
He's in and around.
We're looking at all these dates, mate. You're not looking to go home to the UK at any stage.
No, not at the moment. I'm trying to stay as long as I can out of the country.
New Prime Minister,
New
fresh.
Prime Minister.
Well, yeah. I mean, I don't know if you've heard her speak at all, but it's not looking good.
It's great from a comedian point of view, though.
Well,
surely.
it is. I mean, she's. We've had 4. You know what? I've got to make a confession. I used to make fun of Australia's politics and saying you had some kind of revolving door of prime ministers here, and now that joke has horribly backfired because we've had 4 Tory prime ministers in about 5 or 6 years, and they're getting progressively worse. So I'm going to try and stay as long as I can in Australia.
Just keep adding dates onto your tour.
Yeah,
no worries.
absolutely.
Well, the other thing is, you can have a hot shower down here, and the cost isn't going to be $100 every time you jump in.
That's right. That's right. And I don't know what your policy on pumping raw sewage into the sea is here, but I'm sure it's better than ours.
I mean, it's good to have a policy on these things, I guess.
Yeah, that's right. I mean, that was it. It's basically there's a brown ring surrounding the United Kingdom at the moment, and it's pretty unpleasant. And a lot of the politicians voted to sort of lift the restrictions on water companies. So I mean, we're in a bit of a state. Shall I say?
Yes. Well, you're an honorary Australian these days, anyway.
It is good to have you here. We've thrown you into a booth over in Melbourne at the moment. We're speaking to you from. You've been able to find a lovely cardboard cutout of Kate Ritchie, who's standing next to you.
Now, she does our drive show, but she's a national treasure, Bill.
Oh, is she?
Did you never watch Home and Away?
Oh, yeah, no, briefly, yeah.
That's Sally Fletcher right there. You're holding by the hip.
Oh, wow.
Is she a bit thinner than you expected?
Yeah.
And more two-dimensional, yeah.
Yes. I mean, she's so... Look at that. I mean, you turn her sideways. Where's she gone?
Disappeared.
She's gone.
She's got
disappeared.
She's got no bum, Bill.
Nothing.
Now, Bill, for the first... I know we've spoken to you a few times now, but for the first time, I thought I'll do a bit of research about Bill Bailey.
Oh, thanks.
So I have read your Wikipedia page. I thought,
right. The page of lies.
Yes. So there's a few things I want to clear up with you.
Okay.
Your name's not Bill.
Nope.
Discuss.
That's right. Okay, right up. Well, you came straight out with it. Yeah, no, I was.
You fraud.
Well, that's
He's a spy.
That's
He's a Russian
basically
spy.
blown my visa right out of the water. Thanks for that. Yes, I'm not Bill Bailey. I'm someone else. I'm the Scarlet Pimpernel. No, I was christened Mark, and then I actually got nicknamed Bill Bailey at school because there's an old song, "Won't You Come Home, Bill Bailey," which was like a jazz standard.
Yes.
From around the turn of the century. And my geography teacher, Mr. Buckley, I think his name was, he just started calling me Bill, and it stuck from the age of 7. So I've been stuck with it ever since. And my mum, though, hated it. She hated the name Bill and would refuse to answer the phone to Bill. So people would phone up and say, "Can I speak to Bill?" She goes, "There's no Bill here," and put the phone down.
So it's like your mum was disowning you, essentially.
Yeah, she didn't like the name Bill. She had an uncle Bill she disliked.
Now, so Bill, obviously you just took it on. That's who you are. How long did that take?
It kind of it sort of rolls off the tongue, doesn't it, Bill
Yeah,
Bailey?
it does.
It's kind of like it's got a pleasant alliterative nature to it. So I guess when I was 7, 8, and it's stuck ever since.
Yeah, because Mark Bailey, he was never going to make anything
Mark,
of
who's
himself.
he? See you later.
Now, a carnivorous pitcher plant has been named after you?
Yes, that's.
Oh, what?
That's right. Yeah, a carnivorous pitcher plant. You know those kind of things. They're like, it looks like I guess, a pitcher or some sort
Like
of
a
vessel,
jug kind of thing, yeah.
a jug or something. And then basically these things they give off a sort of pleasing odor to insects, and insects are attracted to it. And then but there's lots of downward-facing hairs in the pitcher. Then the insects are then sort of trapped, and they slide down into the bottom of the pitcher, which contains liquid and enzymes, and are consumed by the enzymes.
So
And I
somebody
thought,
saw that plant and thought, I'm going to name that
that's
after
him.
Bill Bailey.
That just screams Bill Bailey, because he looks like he consumes insects by dousing them in enzymes. Because that's what I'm known for. It's one of
luring
my
them in.
many skills. Yeah. So nothing like a rose or a dahlia or nothing like that. No, and a carnivorous pitcher. But I think it's quite cool, actually, to be honest.
Yeah, no,
I'm quite happy
it's
with it.
awesome.
Well, none of us have got anything named after us.
No, that's true. Oh,
Yeah,
we
well,
had
there you go.
pizza.
Oh, pizza. Yeah,
pizza's
okay.
not quite the same,
come
is
on.
it?
It's not the same, is it? No.
No, definitely not. Hey,
No.
Bill, En Route to Normal is the name of your show.
Yes.
You got this. Were you writing this before the pandemic and everything was upon us?
That's right. I mean, I was writing the thing about the sort of strange kind of place that the world was in. We were still in a Trump presidency, and there was a kind of a drift to a sort of authoritarianism in Europe, and there was a strange kind of inversion of what the norms were. And so I thought, well, that'd be good to. And then we were hit by a once in a century global pandemic. So it looked like I predicted it, and I actually felt pretty bad about that because I just thought maybe I've jinxed it. You know what I mean?
Yes.
Maybe sorry everyone, sorry.
Can you make the next show about happiness and everybody being wealthy, please?
Well, exactly. I know. So, but yeah. So yes, it's very much that. It's a lot of there's a lot of music in the show. I got quite obsessed with ragtime music, so there's quite a lot of that in the show. There's some songs in there, lots of my strange, weird, and wonderful instruments. And,
how many can you play?
Tales of Lockdown. Well, I'd never actually counted, to be honest. I've never sat down and gone through it. But I mean, anything with a neck and a string like looks like a guitar,
Yeah.
and anything that looks like a keyboard, I guess, and a theremin and various other percussion
theremin.
instruments.
Wow,
Yeah, so-
that's quite
Do
impressive.
you play the piano accordion then, obviously?
I play an accordion, yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, sometimes I do,
That's a weird one, isn't it?
rather like a sort of cafe troubadour.
Well, what do you play when you just want to sit down and relax, just for yourself? That you play just for yourself?
Oh, just for myself. When I'm just at the piano.
Yeah, okay.
I guess. Well, I mean, anything really. I mean, I love. Currently, I'm interested in that sort of era, the kind of 20s jazz, as when ragtime came into jazz. I love all that stuff.
Just you
And
in a
so-
speakeasy.
Yeah, exactly. Well, that's how the name Bill Bailey, the song, came about. Because this guy used to go into a bar, and his
We're playing
wife.
it now. Here we go. This is Ella Fitzgerald singing it.
There you go. Home. That's it. It's a great song.
Yeah.
And this guy, he was called William Bailey, and he used to go to this bar, And his wife was always phoning the bar to find out where to check up on him.
Sounds familiar, Sean.
Yeah.
Megan down the Leopold.
Does that ring any bells? Does that ring any bells? And so the pianist thought this was very funny, and he wrote this song just on the hoof, like, oh, you know, won't you come home, Bill? And it became a massive hit. And so, that's where my name comes from. So, yeah, that's a great, I love that version.
Hey, Bill, isn't it funny now that life was so much simpler then because you had to ring someone's home.
Yes.
You had to know
there
a number
were no
first
mobile
of all.
phones. So
And mobile phones, so people couldn't track you down if you were down at the local, no problem.
Yeah. Exactly. I mean, that's the thing. She knew the number of the bar. He'll be there. There's no, oh, who's on the phone? It's your wife. Oh, how did she know I was here? Well,
it's the same as every other night.
It's the same every night. Yeah, so yeah, exactly. Simpler times, eh?
I know, they just. Well, we could reminisce with you all day, but we do have to let you go. We can't wait till you get here. So let me go through those dates again. PCEC, October 3rd, 4th, 5th and 23rd. And then Mandurah Performing Arts Centre, the 6th of October, and then back again on the 20th of October. What are you doing in between times? Are you going somewhere else?
Go a few other places.
And then you're coming back
it's not
again.
just
You're trying to get your frequent fly points up.
I'm just going to sit in a hotel, twiddle my thumbs for a bit, listen to some jazz. When am I on in Perth again? Oh, not for a few days. So I'll just catch up on some Netflix. So, I'm looking forward to it. I'm actually going to be doing a lot more shows in Oz this time, probably more than in recent times, obviously, because of the little hiatus. So I'm looking forward to it.
Brilliant work. Get tickets from Bohm Presents. That's BOHM Presents.com. Bill, thank you. It's always a pleasure. Bill
Good
Bailey.
on you. Thank you.
Take care, mate.
Won't you come home, Bill Bailey?
Yes.
Here we go. There's his song.
Nice.
Nice one. Thanks, Bill.
You're listening to Nathan, Nat and Shaun.
You know one thing about us, and that is that we are huge Julie Bishop fans. I wish that she was the Prime Minister of our country.
We all
She had a haircut.
Yes, she has.
Gone back to it,
We did like it, Sean.
And she's cut that man right out of her hair. That's what she's done, Sean. And we heard about the breakup that she had with David, her partner, and apparently it was dumped over dinner in early July. And
quite publicly.
We haven't really
a fancy restaurant.
We've left this go because we don't want to get stuck too much into Julie's personal life, but we do love a little bit of justice from the lady. So David has reportedly turned up to the Virgin VIP Only Beyond Lounge to walk on in, and he got rejected. He was told his velocity profile was disassociated from Julie's primary Beyond membership.
I mean, pretty cheeky that he thought he could still use it, to be honest. Imagine rocking up. You're not the reason that you were there before. You are no longer with that person. Why did he think he'd be able to get in?
I'd push the envelope for sure.
Well, Mr. Panton was said to be disgruntled by the news. He told AFR columnist Joe Aston that the refusal of entry was, I quote, no trouble at all. He says, I was more than happy to be downgraded to the regular club. Said no one ever. When told of the incident, Julie told the AFR, wait until he finds out about the chairman's lounge. So
that's the Qantas version.
That's the Qantas version.
So
but David has come out.
It's fancy.
David's come out and said he wasn't going to try his luck with the chairman's lounge. Instead, he's just going to embrace his life as a run-of-the-mill Qantas life member.
All right, so he's been the plus one for all those years and just got used to those benefits. So he just thought, I'm going to keep going with this.
Oh, you tell you
They've
what.
seen me go through.
The benefits would have been great, David Julie Bishop.
Well, the week before they broke up, they were having a dinner with Prince Charles.
Of course they were.
So he was leading a fairly extraordinary life.
Are you kidding me?
Traded in for a younger model, I've heard.
Right. I've had a lot of plus one events where I've been completely single for that I could have brought a partner on. You know, too bad. You missed out, everyone. There are benefits to dating me. I mean, do I have to advertise it? But don't worry about it.
Nathan, Nat and Shaun in podcast form.
Julie Bishop's ex has lost his privileges. The fancy clubs at both Qantas and Virgin.
So
ones
no
that
thanks,
you
Nat.
the invite-only ones that you have to be a real, genuine VIP for.
Yeah, break up with JB, you lose out.
Exactly.
So we are talking about the benefits from dating you, or perhaps the benefits you reap from dating someone else.
Damo, good morning.
Good morning, guys. How are we?
Hey, good day, mate.
Are these benefits that you offer or that you got from someone else?
Well, no, they were offered to me.
Yeah.
I dated a girl whose mother worked at CUB, which was a brewery.
Yes.
And once a month, I used to get given a box of beer.
Oh,
Damo,
how good, David.
You broke up with this girl.
To be honest, it probably lasted 12 months too long, but I was more
but then again, that was 12 cartons of beer, so we get that.
It was another 12 cartons of beer, so I had to look at it differently.
God, imagine how bad she must have been, because you would have stuck around forever doing that kind of deal. I can't do it anymore.
How many years did we get?
How many years with you?
Yeah.
A year and a half.
A year and a half.
Oh, okay.
A year and a half.
Yeah, so it should have ended
18
after 6 months, but you're
cartons.
like, I can hang in there for the free beer.
Sean, what do you reckon?
Yeah, I'm all over it. Let's just stick in there.
Is that drunk enough to stay when you're not happy?
That's a great bonus. Thanks, Damo. Roz, hello.
Hello, how you going?
Good, Roz.
Roz, okay. What was the benefits? Did you offer it or did you receive it?
I offered it. So I was working for an international oil and gas company in Perth, and I got offered an expat position overseas in Europe.
Yeah.
So my boyfriend, I was like, well, do you want to come? We do have to get married for his visa to work, but then his visa wouldn't allow him to work. So we lived there for 3.5 years. He didn't have to work. My company paid for, like, the relocation, business class flights, going there, coming back home whenever we wanted, travel, like, insurance, our apartment, So he had a great time just living. I laugh. He was a man of leisure.
He's like I've watched every one of these franchises. He was one of the Real Housewives.
Yes. And where were you? Which country in Europe? Where did you live?
Austria.
Oh, jeez.
Are you still together?
That's amazing.
So we got married to move there together, and then we came back after that time. So, we're still together.
Well, he's not going anywhere. Look, Nathan, he's been treated like this.
Yeah, but he would have dreaded coming back.
I know, he's got to come back and work and get a proper job and stuff.
Is he working, Roz?
Yeah, he's working now. As soon as we got back, he got a job within 4 weeks, and then it was my turn to. We had a baby by then, so I was like, I'm taking my time now.
Oh yeah, you deserve yours.
3.5 years of just living a leisurely life in Austria.
I want to be a guest man.
During that time, Roz, did he have dinner cooked for you when you got home and everything? What was the deal?
Yeah, that was like. Of course, he had to take care of the apartment.
Yeah, I mean, you say of course, but it's not necessarily a given.
No.
He's just worried. He just wanted to make sure he looked good for you when he got home.
This is a podcast of Nathan, Nat and Shaun.
We're talking about the benefits to either going out with you. Maybe you're amazing and you offer some great fringe benefits, or maybe you've received some awesome benefits.
I think
from
one of
dating.
the things that all three of us shared at one stage was the fact that we could deliver Nando's to our partners at any stage.
Nando's car, we could get hundreds of dollars worth of Nando's every day. It's the same one that Ed Sheeran had.
Yeah.
And I had just chicken for one that entire time.
Yeah.
Just chicken for one.
Once that ran out, that's pretty close to when we broke up, I think.
Yeah.
That's a good point. I'll join the dots on
it would really suck actually to so say, Shaun, if back in the day, you were swinging my way and you were single. And you could tell me that I could get just free tickets to the AFL. Wouldn't that suck if you were completely disinterested in the thing that someone has to offer? No thanks.
Let's go to Nikki. Hello.
Hello, how are you?
Great, Nikki. Now, did you offer a benefit or did you receive a benefit?
I received the benefit. I'm almost too embarrassed to to say this, but many, many years ago, before I was married, I was dating a Greek guy. Being of Greek heritage myself, my parents begged me to date a Greek guy first, and his parents owned a fish and chip shop, so every Friday night before we'd go out, we had to have fish and chips. So
this is great, Nikki. Why wouldn't you? What are you embarrassed about that? That's awesome.
Look, the 30 kilos, perhaps, that I probably maintained from that. But I used to get a piece of fish, a dim sum, and some chips every Friday night for about 3 months, and then I just could not do it.
Oh my God, I'm sorry.
Nathan, free dim sims would get you across the line.
That to me is like that's at least 3 years.
Yes,
like that.
You don't give that up.
And just one dim sim too.
I know.
She's a lady though.
How many do you have?
Well, you should. I mean, really, for a sitting, 6.
Yeah, half a dozen. Hey, Nikki, how long did it put you off fish and chips afterwards? Because there's a point where you go, I can't have it again.
Look, probably around about six months or so, I'll be honest. which is funny because we had fish and chips the other night. But anyway, the thing is, he was really cheap. The parents were generous, but he was really cheap. That was our meal out, and then we'd go clubbing afterwards.
So that would be your date. How can you go clubbing after greasy fish and chips?
Quite easy. The kebabs came afterwards.
Amazing. Thanks, Nikki. Pia's in Wellard. Hello.
Hello.
Hey,
all right, Pia, did you receive a benefit or did you offer a benefit?
I received a benefit. So the guy that I was with him for years, and his parents were pretty loaded. And anyway, one Christmas they decided to fly him and his two brothers and all of the partners over to this ski resort that they owned a condo in Solitude in Utah, USA.
Yes. Oh my God.
And he was like, well, if we put in an extra $500 each, we'll be able to turn this to like a 5-stop around the world trip.
What?
So we looked at that, and then they ended up paying the whole lot. So I paid like $153 travel insurance, and we went to the States, we went to Italy, we went to Greece, and we went to Canada.
For $133.
Oh my God, Pia.
$153.
Pia, that's amazing. Look at all the travelling you did in one fell swoop.
That is incredible.
Yeah.
And then what, did you burn him afterwards? What happened?
You're still together?
No, we're not together still, but like we just grew apart. It was one of those amicable,
Well, his parents stopped taking you away, so it's like, what do you do?
Thanks,
The relationship's dead in the water.
Lucy, hello.
Hi.
Hey,
Lucy. Did you offer a benefit or did you get a benefit?
So I offer a benefit.
Yes.
I'm an OnlyFans creator.
Yeah.
Oh.
So
Creator.
I need co-stars to be able to film them.
Lucy.
You are the best, Lucy.
Hello, Lucy.
I imagine not everybody's up for it though.
Up for it.
Most people are. They do have to sign release forms, but once they've got a release form signed,
That's right.
I can do unlimited content. So it'll be a matter of I'll be like, oh, hey babe, like Friday night, I've got a room at Crown Towers. Can you bring the tripod I left at your house and take some photos? Or I'll be like, can you not relieve yourself for 24 hours because I'm going to need you to save that because I need to film with you doing that.
Lucy.
Which I feel like they're on a pretty good wicket dating.
Oh, well,
Do they get a financial share?
No, they just get the pleasure of doing it.
Okay. So you're making money off them.
Yeah. I tell you what, there will be a whole lot of guys that are lining up for that. So does someone not want to reveal their identity so they want to wear like a gimp mask or a bag on their heads? Does that ever happen?
There's been a couple of guys where I was like blur out their faces.
Okay.
But the subscribers, don't really care what they look like.
Yep.
Anyway, so.
Oh, because they're not looking at them; they're looking at you.
I know it's more about if it gets out there that they've done it. Maybe that could be an issue.
Yeah.
For a privacy point of view.
A lot of guys will they love the novelty of it, and then I should get T-shirts made up saying like I dated Lucy Banks and
yes,
I got this T-shirt and find me on the internet because they get to say like they had an experience in the industry, but without all the stigma and without getting all the bad things, but at least they
without getting paid.
Well, there you go. Well, you didn't get the money. Hey, Lucy, obviously this has been quite successful for you. How long have you been on OnlyFans?
3 years.
Don't pretend you don't know, Shaun.
I thought it was a great lead
Subscriber
question.
number one.
I thought it was going to throw you all off then.
Thanks, Lucy.
Wow.
Nathan, Nat and Shaun podcast.
Ellie, you strike me as somebody who'd be quite particular about certain things.
What gives you that idea?
Any little life rules that you live by?
I can smell if you've washed your dishes with hot or cold water, and if you
What?
It makes me physically ill if the dishes smell a certain way.
So if they smell like they're being washed with cold water,
They smell dirty. They smell yuck.
smell dirty.
Whereas if you use hot water to get all the germs off, it smells clean. But if I can smell some like eggy smell on your plates, I will not eat. I will not drink. Glasses as well. I will not drink from your
Mate,
glass.
why aren't you sniffing out Subway sandwiches at the airport with the other beagles?
Agreed.
Probably better working hours than this.
Better pay too.
Let's go to John in Pearsall. Hello.
Hi guys, how are you?
Hey, John. Okay, so this is about your wife, yeah?
Yeah, she's a psycho.
Hey, John, would she be listening around now? I hope you.
Yeah, I hope she's listening.
Yeah. Okay.
Well, 6:30 every night is a cut-off. We can't use any water, so we can't dirty the sink, can't dirty the shower, shower screen, laundry.
Can you flush the toilet?
No, nothing.
What?
Why?
Nothing. Everything gets clean. So if you got to go to the toilet before 6:30, me and my kids just go, even if we don't have to.
Yes.
Wash our hands, sanitise, do everything, because it takes her to about 7 o'clock to clean, and then it's home and away, and that's it.
Then it's home and away, and that's it.
So you get all your stuff done. So she will clean the toilets,
Everything.
showers, everything after.
Sink. Do not use the kitchen sink. Do not even look at it. Don't open the tap. Don't wash your hands. Don't get a drink. Nothing.
So if you're thirsty, if you're dying of thirst,
Water from the fridge. Water from the fridge?
Just go water in the fridge.
Okay.
I've even driven to Joondalup shops on a Thursday night to go to the toilet.
Yeah.
No way, John.
No.
John, I just want to know. I know that you probably know that this is what we're about. This isn't normal, John. Like, I don't know whether you've got Stockholm
It's
syndrome.
normal in their family.
It's not in their family.
family.
So
It's
this is
their family.
This is how their family
From
grew
her
up.
mum. I should have knew it. I should have knew it when I met the parents before I married her.
Oh, look out. John, how long have you lasted in here? In this relationship?
11 years.
Wow. 11
Imagine not being
years.
able to go to the toilet after 6:30 at night.
You can't.
I tell you what, the facilities at Joondalup was amazing.
Oh, the freedom that he had when he finally unclenched.
Extraordinary. Thanks, Sean. Andrew, hello.
How you going, guys?
Andrew.
Is it you who's particular about something?
Yeah, it's always me.
Yeah, what?
I'm particular about my pigs, like for hanging up your clothes. on the wash
your
line.
pigs.
Yes.
I used to buy the mixed coloured packs, and each individual item of clothing had to be pegged out with one colour.
Oh.
I've heard this before. Not from
Do you
a
know
man,
what,
though.
Andrew? I think that I would do that.
Yeah, you would,
I
Dave.
don't peg clothes, but I would think that I'd do that. All right, so if it's two orange pegs, they both have to go on either side of a shirt. Yeah.
Yeah, all socks have to be done with the orange pegs. All t-shirts have to be done with blue pegs.
Oh, there's
That's
a colour
colour
code.
coding.
There's a system.
It doesn't matter what colour it is, as long as they're the same.
Okay.
As long as they're the same. Oh, wait there. Okay, so it can be three different T-shirts, and one T-shirt's pegged with two blue, one could be two red, one could be two yellow, or
No. All
blues.
t-shirts have to be blue.
So blue's the peg colour, the T-shirt colour for the day.
Yeah, so my ex-missus actually fixed me for that. She went and threw out all my pigs and bought me all hot pink pigs. So I had no
there
choice
you
but
go.
to use hot pink for everything.
That's great.
So
how
that
did-
saves you a lot of
So
effort.
how did you go with that? Did that mess with you, or?
That wasn't bad. I
That's
actually,
okay.
it was fine because they're all pegged out with the same colours.
Yeah.
Okay.
So it wasn't. They weren't mixed and matched.
Yeah.
Yeah, but you can't have that's only if you don't have socks on the same time as you have shirts on, because shirts go one colour and socks and stuff would go different.
No, but it's fine with
Only
that.
when they're different pigs, though. Like with the same pigs, as long as they're the same
Yeah,
colour,
right,
it's
yeah.
fine.
Same pigs.
I mean,
I
listen
get
to
it.
what he's saying, Sean. Don't be an idiot.
Yeah, well, that too.
I don't even think that I would even be able to have coloured pegs at my place. I'd have to be a neutral peg household. Something in the easy palette.
Well, they'd be matte black, obviously.
Loves the easy colour.
To go with the tab.
Nathan, Nat and Shaun is a Nova podcast. For more great comedy shows like this, head to novapodcasts.com.au.